All right, let's now try to understand the signal flow of an entire multi in Omnisphere. So we're going to start with individual layers. So firstly, I'm going to reset everything. I'm going to initialize the entire multi. You do have the option to just initialize a patch or even just initialize an individual layer. I'm going to initialize the multi so everything gets reset. All right, so in this default multi state, we have one sawtooth sound that is coming from that first patch and the first layer over here. All right, so let's say I would like to add some effects onto this layer. So we go into the effects section. So you can see here there are 4 different sections for each of the different layers. So layer A is selected and I can go ahead and add an effect. I'm going to add something very obvious like reverb. So now there's reverb on that particular layer. Again, keep in mind, it's just affecting A over here, not B. In fact, let's go into B and load in a different waveform. Activate it. And let's go ahead and add a different effect on B. So I'm going to go to Effects, B, and let's add a delay. So you can hear the delay is only on this particular layer, not on layer A. So like this, we have 4 independent effects layers. Now we also have a common effect section here. So whatever effect I load in here is going to affect everything. So if I try this wah wah filter, it's affecting everything. A and B in this case right now. All right, now let's say we want to use this aux concept. So I'm going to go back to A here and maybe not use reverb. So let's pick something else. We can click over here and try a different effect. Let's go for a chorus instead. So layer A has a chorus, layer B has a delay. Now on the aux section over here, I'm going to add a reverb. We'll add that same reverb. Now we can add multiple effects and make that one aux chain really, really complex. But for now, we'll keep it simple, just use one effect. So let's say I would like to have reverb just on layer A. So when I click on layer A here in the effects section, there's an aux send. So just layer A gets reverb, but not layer B. If I go to layer B, I can send that to the reverb instead. So that's pretty cool. We have aux's individual effects and also a common effect section that affects everything. All right, so that is within one patch, right? So we're on patch number 1 here. But we also have the entire multi. So in the multi concept, we have effects as well. So if I click on multi over here, there's another effect section. And this effect section affects all the different patches. So let's say I would like to use one of these aux return tracks. So going back to the mixer section, if I increase aux 1 here, now that entire patch, the very first one, is going to be routed to aux 1. And then I can add something in aux 1. In this case, it's a reverb again. But just to make it sound different, let's add some kind of a distortion maybe. Let's go for this flame distortion. I'm going to make the output a bit quieter because it's starting to clip. So now that entire patch, I'm going to crank this up so we'll hear it in a more obvious way, is being routed through aux 1 into this effects chain. And you can hear the crunchiness there in the sound. So we get 4 of these. So I can have different effects. And you can see here aux 2 already has a delay. So if you really want to use a delay, we can go into the mixer here and send this to aux 2. Now I already have a delay in that patch itself. You can see here we already added delay, I believe, on layer B. But just for demonstration, yeah, we can also send this entire patch to another delay. And if that is not enough, we have another master effect. So this is going to affect literally everything. So let's use a filter here. I'll choose a power filter maybe. So the entire sound gets filtered. Now it actually doesn't end over here. There's another interesting feature related to signal flow in Omnisphere, and we'll check that out in the next tutorial.